Whenever I first started working out, I remember I barely got a bigger bicep, like barely. It was like barely noticeable, right? It was like a little itty bitty hump. But I showed it to my dad, and I was like flexing. I was like showing him, and he looked at me with a smile. He looked at me, but it wasn't like a happy smile. It wasn't like a joyful smile where it's like, all his teeth are showing. But it was a proud smile. And he, honestly, even looking back, I'm happy right now thinking about it because it's like he acknowledged that, yeah, I'm like doing good. And I was like doing good for myself. And ever since then, I've loved working out. Honestly, at the beginning of working out, it was kind of cool, it's cool to do, but I wasn't really into it all that much. But only after I started to see the progress, and only after I like got acknowledgement for the progress, that really skyrocketed how much motivation I was getting to work out. And what this means is that the best and also kind of the easiest way to get motivation is to get progress in whatever you want to get motivation in. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but I used to think that you need motivation to actually start something, but that's wrong. You need action to actually get motivation. It's the other way around. And so I used to like sit around and wait until I feel like working out, but honestly, I just had to work out to actually feel like I wanted to work out even more. It wasn't a sense that I didn't need to wait for me to be motivated. I had to do it to be motivated. Because motivation is a feeling, right? All feelings come and go. They don't really affect you all that much. They help you or they might like harm you, but at the end of the day, they'll go away. Same with motivation, it's a feeling. And you can't really decide when you want feelings to show up. Right? I can't decide right now that I want to be sad, but for example, if I think about a memory that's sad or that's happy, then yeah, maybe it'll affect my mood. But what kind of memory would you even remember to feel motivated? Progress. Right? The progress is the best motivator because you remember how far you've gotten, even if it's just a little bit. Like, even if you just barely took the first step, that's still progress, and you'll remember that you took the first step, and you'll be more likely to take the second step. And it's the easiest motivation to get, right? Any other motivation is just hoping that you watch some like inspirational, motivational video, but why would you rely on that when you can just rely on yourself? Right? You can rely on yourself to feel motivated. You just have to take the first step. Right? And I took the first step. I took the first few steps, and I barely got just a little bit bigger bicep. And because of that, I showed it to my dad, and I was feeling all proud of myself, and he was proud of me too. And it was because I got progress, and I actually like showed it to other people. So it's not only that you need progress, but acknowledgement from other people is so important. And I'm not telling you to start bragging to people that you're like, oh yeah, look how big I am, but even just that little bit of acknowledgement that yeah, you're doing good. And so if you don't have that in real life, man, let me be that person. You're doing great. You just have to take the first step, and honestly, if you've taken the first step, great, amazing. I'm proud of you. Now take the next step. And keep going. And remember that the first step you've taken is only the first step, right? You have to keep going, right? You don't go on a walk and just take one step and feel proud of yourself. You take one step, feel good that you started, and then you keep going. Progress is the best motivator.